The Wendy Williams Show. Now, here's Wendy!
Welcome back! Thank you for waiting for us. So good to be here with my co-hosts, my studio audience staffers, and my virtuals at home. How you doing? Better now. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. Days without you. I gotta tell you, after 4 days, I said, okay, all right. Then after 7 days, I said, all right, now what? And then New York has kind of opened up now, like our restaurants are now open until midnight, which makes it a bit of a scene. And people are going out and about, even smart people who are concerned about COVID-19. We're going, like, I can't help, and I love my own company, but I had to do some stuff. So anyway, but the situation at hand is something that I predicted would happen before we got back from vacation, or hiatus, and that is Jennifer Lopez and Alex Rodriguez. I mean, I knew it. They were so good together. They looked so good together. They released a joint statement saying that they'd be better off as friends, but they will continue to work together. You know, they have a bunch of different companies together. And I say, they're not going to be friends. No, there's no better off than being friends. One should buy out the other in terms of the companies, and they should go their separate ways. Yeah, just saying. Because otherwise it complicates both of their lives for the next person that they are with. And, you know, she stopped trusting him and you know, that's a big deal. You know, I'm flying all around the world doing my projects and you're back home in New York. What are you doing, Alex? You lost the best thing that could have happened to you. Only reason why I say that is because I only know his name from being a Yankee and being involved in messiness at the Yankees. I don't know his name for being like this guy right here. So he went, allegedly he wants her back. He posted a video. Yeah, look, there he goes. Pictures of them together. See, this only confuses the kids. You tell the kids, look, you're not friends over there anymore, and you're not friends over there anymore. They don't have any children together, and the point of being friends or trying to maintain some sort of relationship, I would imagine, is if you have children together. And they don't. So, Jennifer, good luck with your new life. Just saying. So she still has that $1.8 million ring. And you know what I would do? I would give that back to him. Because that would be the final FU to the entire, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know girls love diamonds, and I always say, you know, give back the ring, but a ring is put on your finger with the intent to marry, and you didn't marry, you're broken up. And so, we made up a ring chart, right? Norman, welcome back.
Yay, we're back.
There we go. Yeah, well, you know what? They're all very beautiful, regardless of the size, you know, but just give back the ring to her. Him, rather. Yeah. Poor Yankees, they're not doing well right now. You know, distract yourself by helping out at the Yankees or something like that. It's baseball season, they're losing. So Kanye is annoyed that people, meaning you and me, think that he wanted Kim to divorce. That Kim was the one who wanted the divorce, not him. He said in actuality, he did want the divorce, and he was very happy that we are judging, saying, oh, Kim wanted the divorce, she filed first. So what she says about the violation of the situation is that he let her file first to give her her dignity. I don't believe a word of what he's saying. And by the way, his next girl, he says he wants to, or his next, the next love in his life, he wants to be an artist, like somebody who makes music and draws pictures and I guess writes books and stuff like that. Well, she's a social media influencer, so I guess that she's not the artist. But you wanted, you pined for her. We know the story, Kanye. Get back in your cage. I'll tell you, there was like so much good stuff on TV during these 17 days, just enough to entertain me, even if it was stupid stuff. Like, what did I watch? Oh, I watched Charlize Theron and what's his name?
Seth Rogen.
Yup, and Seth Rogen and Ice Cube's son in that movie called
Yeah.
Long Shot. It's over 2 hours, but definitely worth it. She runs for she's the Secretary of State, then she runs for president, and she ends up winning, and he is exactly who you see him dressed as, right? Look, he gave her Molly. No, because she wanted it. She took Molly before. Look, she was a mess during the Molly meeting, but they did a lot of stuff together, you know. It just a really, this is my recommendation if you ever want to see something really, really good. Yes. You'll laugh and you'll cry. Right, yeah, they knew each other since they were kids, and at 12 years old, he was trying to do a project with her. And like he always had a crush on her. So it made him very uncomfortable to be that close to her. And she invited him on like the main Air Force One, or you know, whatever, the main plane with her, and then sit next to me, and then stuff. So speaking of Ice Cube's son, Ice Cube is being under attack by Eazy-E's daughter. Well, Eazy-E's got this daughter, and they were both in both guys were in NWA, but Eazy-E's daughter, her name is E-B. E-B-E-E. Okay, so she tried to call because she's making a documentary about her father's life. And she's the one in charge of the documentary, and she's tried to reach out to Ice Cube, and Ice Cube refuses to appear in it. Well, she spoke to our friends at 2fab.com, so take a look.
You know, it really breaks my heart that he hasn't spoken on this yet, because I grew up with his sons and I have a really good relationship with them. And his oldest one, I actually talked to him, and I asked him to reach out, you know, talk to his dad and ask him to speak on this. And he actually told me that Ice Cube was willing, he was going to do whatever for me, and he was down. And then, you know, since then, when we tried to book him to do the interview, he's been ducking and dodging. And it's weird to me when I see him on doing interviews like Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp, some athlete, speaking about my father and, you know, the whole NWA history. But he hasn't really done that for me, and I'm Eazy-E's daughter.
I mean, she has a point, but you know what? So does he. Ice Cube's life has moved on. And there was a point when NWA was together and he and Eazy did not get along, and then Cube went on to have his own career. He left the group and like that. So you could still do a really good documentary, though, young lady, about your father. Ice Cube, I don't know whether you care to comment or not. I mean, if I were you, I would comment, but maybe comment where he feels comfortable. And perhaps that's through other vehicles, podcasts and, you know, something like that. you could still have like I would still watch without Ice Cube being in it. I would. Just I hope it comes on like regular TV or something like that. Or, you know, one of the channels that I have, but would you watch that?
Absolutely. I'm already down for this. Just as soon as I hear Eazy-E, there's a documentary about him, I'm watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call up everyone else. MC Ren.
Yeah.
Ruthless Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre.
Yeah. Call up other people.
Right.
Yella.
Uh-huh.
How was hiatus?
Delightful. But it was delightful. Like, I never have, like, it's just nice to wake up and not have anything to do.
Yeah.
It was delightful. But I am happy to be back.
Yeah. In a weird way.
Yeah.
Yeah. No more hiatus, by the way, until the end of the season.
No.
We're not having that. No more. We're working every day, live from New York.
Yep.
And while we were off, we lost Earl.
Oh.
My thing about Earl is that at least we made amends here at the show. You know, he missed 2 interviews and then he showed up at that, that final one and we had a great conversation and it was all good. That took me like 48 hours to even want to leave the house. And then when I was leaving the house, it's like, what am I gonna do? And here in New York, where he's from, there were a lot of candlelight vigils and, all kinds of things going on. So you know what I ended up doing? I ended up calling up the car and saying, come pick me up and take me to Yonkers. And so I didn't know what was gonna happen. I just know that we were in a good place. And, on the way, I called up Jadakiss. Okay, I'm friends with the Locks, right? So I called up Jadakiss Juice Bar and somebody actually answered the phone. So I said, okay, I'm gonna get a juice and then I wanna take a selfie, I think, in front of a mural or something like that of X. So I called up, and once I got to the location, there was nothing going. I mean, there were men and women there, but there was nothing going on. So Jadakiss was nowhere around, and I don't know where Chic Luch is, but Styles P rolled up, screeched his, yep. And so, so we ended up going to the projects, and we took this picture, and he wanted to take me around a little bit more, but I said, no, this is just, X, thanks, Styles P. We were social distant. Oh boy, he could have pulled up his mask, but I didn't want him to because I wanted them to know it was you, Styles. I had my mask on. We're outside, yeah. It's weird because with this this whole virus thing going on, people are getting back to living their lives. Like, I was at a restaurant real late at night with 4 of my friends and me. So there were 5 of us, right? And we were social distancing away from the table, but I posted on my Instagram and people are like, oh my gosh, why aren't you social distancing? Let me see that picture of that man.
There we go.
Just a late night. And afterwards I went back home and the next day the doctor came to the house with the swab and the spit and all that other kind of stuff. I wasn't sitting like that the whole time. Obviously by me leaning so much, but we had good food and a good time, Yeah. So we also lost Black Rob. Ugh. He was 51 years old. Sus.
Yeah.
Can we get a little Black Rob celebration behind the scenes during commercial?
Already had it queued up.
Okay. I thought of calling you many times over the hiatus, just music talk.
I was, it was a difficult time
yeah.
of the hiatus. Like 2 of New York's greats, man.
Yeah. 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 And then we lost our legal eagle. Oh, but wait, first, Puffy released a statement regarding Black Rob, and he's getting slammed for it because fans feel, then why did you abandon him? And why was he homeless? And why was he, so sickly? And why was he so thin towards the end? Look, Puffy was obligated to say something, because he was on Bad Boy. But Rob had like 5 strokes within the past, few years. And as far as the homeless, there's no accounting. Maybe he did have money, maybe Puffy did send him money, but there's no accounting on how people are gonna spend that money that you send to them. Maybe you give it to your kids or you keep it for, activities, but ugh. And then we lost our legal analyst friend, Midwin Charles. Now, she was only 47. Now, that took me back, too. I was like, oh, my gosh. Nobody knows what happened health-wise. It's just, she's gone. And she's been here so many times here on our show. And she was really smart. And, smart, funny, beautiful smile. A shout out to her family. So sorry to hear about all 3 of you greats and the passing of, and shout out to the families. Rest in peace. I'll tell you what was real good on TV. Candy Burris has that stripper shows on Lifetime. Ooh, I was so distracted. That's why I didn't watch Atlanta Housewives last night.
Oh, wait, was it like a T.D. Jakes movie?
Lust.
Yes, right?
Yes.
I heard about it. I haven't seen it, though.
A little more music than I care.
Yeah.
And a whole lot of preaching, but you know what? Mm-hmm. And what's her name again?
Wait, who is...
That's the singer. Carrie Hilson did a great job.
I didn't even know...
Forget singing. How about you just act? You know what? You did a great job. And Tank was no good and ruthless the way we like it. And then in another one, Candy, who was pregnant, like real pregnant at the time, with her now baby boy. Candy got thrown down a flight of stairs.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. But the way they cut it, it really did look like it was Candy falling down the stairs. Yeah, at the top of the steps, just a push. Yeah, by a no good relative who wanted to steal money from the family. So really good job with that. I have no idea what happened on Atlanta Housewives last night, but apparently it was the last season. So Candy was on one show, but was doing it better on the other. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Endless hours of Sex and the City, very comfortable TV. I know all the dialogue, I always tell you. So the word is that John Corbett has signed on for the reboot. He played Aiden Shaw, the guy who made the furniture, the guy who made her quit smoking, the guy who took her to the woods with the bugs and made her bake a pie, tried to teach her how to fish. See, I'm not watching for the John Corbett thing. I'm watching for the girls. But I still do wish Big would come back and something big would happen. He reportedly still is not coming back. Yeah, he looks a lot different there, right? That big. He's been hinting on social media that he may come back. Hinchment. Just get and they're starting to film it now, which is beautiful. It's spring in the city, which means that the recording dollars are going to the city to clean up the potholes and take care of stuff going on around here. I'm glad that they're actually filming in the city. I'm glad that it's not going to be, to another city. I'm fine with it. Yeah. Then Taylor Swift, who in New York, she lives in Tribeca. She's got a couple of apartments. She broke down a wall and she lives in Tribeca. And here in New York, there's her apartment. All right. So her stalker, who's been arrested multiple times in the past month, tried to break into her apartment again this past weekend. Saturday at 8:30 p.m. That's a civilized time of being out. So his name is Hank Johnson, and he's 52, and he had a package, and he said Taylor was expecting him. Well, the neighbors looked at that. Is that Hank? They called 911. He was released. Can we show the picture of Hank?
I believe we do not have Hank. And do we have a video? I don't think we do. We have nothing, apparently. Nothing.
That's how fast it happens. Like, he sticks and moves. Taylor, I would say, why don't you move? But why move if you have a nice situation going on? And thank goodness that your neighbors are looking out for you. I didn't find out about it until Sunday. This apparently happened on Saturday. And very scary. Very scary. That's it for Hot Topics?
Not yet. There's more.
No, I mean this segment.
Yeah.
Oh, well, up next, because it's Monday, more Hot Topics. So, reality star Hazel E. was in the hospital for a botched mommy makeover. She got it done in Turkey. And she shared the news from her hospital bed. Take a look.
I had some complications with the mommy makeover. So they had to take my boobs. My boobs were leaking. And it was like, it was a lot of fluid leaking the last couple days. And it was making me really sick.
She probably got the silicone. Why did she go to Turkey for surgery? Like I always say to girls, would you stay in the United States? Would you stay someplace where you can actually go visit the doctor? And this could happen here as well. But still, at least, you don't, then she had to take the flight from Turkey. So apparently she's someplace convalescing. I feel bad for her. You know, her boyfriend is 15 years younger than her. And
Devon is his name, I think.
Dewan?
Devon.
Oh, Devon.
Yeah.
Okay. What do we know about him?
I only know them from marriage boot camp they were on together. But yeah, and he was like younger and like, but he was a good guy for her.
On marriage boot camp.
On marriage boot camp. And they seemed to settle down. They just had a baby,
Well,
obviously.
how'd she break her nose?
How'd she break her nose? Some kind of accident, I think, allegedly.
Yeah, and that's their baby.
That's their baby, yeah.
Yeah. I would want my old body back too, not necessarily for Dewan, but because why not? You know, this is what she does for a living, you know, the whole, you know, social influencer thing, but hopefully she's not influencing you. Oh, you know what? Never mind.
Uh-oh.
The whole,
Tell us.
the whole social influencer thing really is, you know, there's a lot of pressure, I guess, to keep your hair done and she even looked pretty though when she was crying in the hospital. So, you know, you'll get it back together, but that'll learn you.